Welcome back again to Arinka's Kitchen. I have another family favorite recipe and it's called fried pork chops. RÁNTOT DISZNO SZELETek. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry four medium pork chops. I've used 3 cups of vegetable oil in the frying pan, so I put that there and I'm getting the oil heated up, and I've started it at about minimum heat, and then I'm going to bring the temperature up slowly. I've got 3 eggs and 3/4 cups of milk. So what I've done is I've added the 3/4 cups of milk to the 3 eggs, and then I've kind of used a fork to beat up the eggs and mix the milk and eggs together. Then I've got 1 cup of flour and 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs, and I got this at my local bakery, and this was pre-ground up for me. But if you have day-old bread, or you have some old bread that you can bake in the oven and then cut it up in squares and then grind it up if you have some leftover bread. And I've used 1 teaspoon of salt. So I've sprinkled some salt on some pork chops, and this is a pork loin pork chops, and they're cut kind of like medium thickness. So what I've done is I've sprinkled some salt on them, and I've let them stand in the salt for about an hour in the refrigerator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to show you how to prepare the pork chops. Now the pork chops can be served with the parsley potatoes. I have a recipe on my website, and it's called parsley potatoes, and you can actually serve it with my cucumber salad or the mixed pickle salad. So there's a recipe for that and a video also. So let me begin by showing you how to do this. This is the first step is to cover the pork chop with flour, and then once you've done that, you kind of shake off the flour, and then you put it into the egg mixture, the milk egg mixture. And then you cover the pork chop with the egg mixture, and then the next step is to cover it with breadcrumbs as much as possible. So this is a very popular recipe that my mother would make on Sundays, after church, coming back from church. My mom would make this one, the RÁNTOT DIZZNO SZELETek, and she'd serve it with the parsley potatoes or cucumber salad. So this was also another family favorite of my grandmother's too. She would serve this for dinner. And then what I do is I shake off the excess breadcrumbs ready for the oil. So I'm going to bring up the temperature of the oil slightly to about between minimum and medium heat, and I'm going to slowly start that. And then I'm going to show you again what needs to be done. So you cover your pork chop with flour again. And this can be done with many other meats. This is the same traditional recipe that you can use. I've used sea salt. You can actually use different types of seasoning on your pork, but traditionally it's just salt that you would use. And this is a very popular recipe or dish that's served in restaurants also. You can order this recipe, the fried pork chops, RÁNTOT DIZZNO SZELETek. And it's usually served with potatoes, parsley potatoes. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what this great recipe looks like. So I'm just going to finish this one off again, and I'm just going to make sure that I have plenty of breadcrumbs covered. And if you get if the egg wash will actually, the egg mixture will actually help for the breadcrumbs to stick to it. So I'm going to continue doing this with the other two pieces, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what this great recipe looks like. And I've also, what I've done is I've cooked up some potatoes, and I did the parsley potato recipe. And it can be served with cholamade, which is the mixed pickle, or the cucumber salad. Welcome back again to my kitchen, and what I have on the stove was 4 pork chops, and what I did was I've been frying it in 3 cups of oil, and I've been frying it for about 22 minutes on each side of the pork chops. And what I've done is I've used a meat thermometer to test it, and so it's a good idea to have one of these in your kitchen. So according to this meat thermometer, pork is well done and it's safe to eat at about 170 degrees Fahrenheit or 77 degrees Celsius. So I've tested the pork chops and they're ready to eat. And so what I'd like to do is show you this great recipe. So what I've done is I've fried these until they're well done, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve them with some parsley potatoes today, and you can also make up some cholamade, which is mixed pickles, and I have a recipe for that, and I also have a recipe for the cucumber salad. So this is actually one of many of my family favorite recipes. So so it's called Fried Pork Chops, RÁNTOT DIZNO SZELETek. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me at irene@irenkaskitchen.com or irenkaskitchen.com. Until next time, bon appetit, jó étvágyat!